My name is Adrian Hernandez. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I moved here about a year ago. My parents, they immigrated here from Mexico. They're both full Mexicans. Dallas is where I was born and raised. So growing up in my household, my parents were they're very adamant on keeping their traditional morals. There was a lot about respect. The food. I'm missing the food because I can't cook nearly as good as my mom, but I'm trying to learn some of her little things. Make some entomatadas, I know how to make obviously tostadas and tacos and things like that. But food kind of brought us together in a way, because it's always whenever you eat together, whenever you'll all converse, you'll all talk about your day or whatnot. So the funny thing, I don't think I necessarily really understood different races and different languages and stuff. Like, I mean, I always knew that like this is Spanish and this is English, but whenever I was growing up, I definitely felt very, 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 very connected to Mexicans, my Mexican family. It's funny because with all of my friends, I am Mexican. I'm not Mexican-American. It's like, oh yeah, he's Mexican, you know? And then I go to Mexico and he's the American, or he's like whitewashed. It seems like they're always one or the other, and I'm very proud of having my Mexican blood, and then I'm very proud of also being born and raised in the United States. Music is very, very important to me. It's very something that I've always been interested in since I was a kid. It's definitely played a part in my life, definitely. It's kind of one of the things that definitely contributed to my spirituality. I've always liked different kinds of music, and it's something that, like, you know, it kind of like, it just transcends, in my opinion. Pretty much, I want to be fit. When it comes to my diet, I want to stay healthy, and I want to have good things that go into my body. That being said, I think it also is healthy to have variation in terms of healthy and not necessarily always healthy. Whenever I'm grocery shopping, I do look at the nutritional facts and to see like the value of it. So when it comes to the soda pop or any kind of like carbonated drinks, mostly it's probably more of out of sight, out of mind. I do every now and then start to crave carbonation. The ones that I most often drink, I really enjoy Sprite. I really enjoy Coke. I like root beer. I was kind of raised a little bit on jarritos or sangria. Those are really, really good as well. So my parents aren't necessarily huge drinkers, but they will drink whenever they have friends around. They'll have some beer or something like that, you know. But we would have lots of their friends over, and their friends have kids, and so we would all hang out while they're talking and drinking a little bit, having fun. Me and my friend would always go under the table. We'd sneak under there while everybody was talking, and you'd see this little hand, literally that's all you'd see, that would reach up top, because we'd be sneaking to taste some beer. It was my mom, and she saw it. She was like, what were you reaching for? Okay, well, if you want like any like drink or anything like that, well, here's some sangria. It was the fruity flavor of it was tasty. And yeah, it always like stood out, because, you know, when you have Coke and Sprite alongside each other, and the figure, the shape of sangria was, you know, very different, so it kind of stood out. So the most places that I probably will buy, mostly right off the bat, is Walmart. I'll buy sangria from Walmart. That's where they usually have it. I mostly correlate it with Hispanic people, like my parents' friends, so usually whenever I go back home, it's always around. I always correlate sangria with like tacos, or, you know, sangria with enchiladas. I guess Hispanic foods would probably be best paired up with that, for me, at least in my experience. So.